Hi, I'm David Esther Sweet. Welcome to another episode on Real Woman Blueprint. This channel is aimed on sharing information on the everyday life challenges we go through, be it in relationship, be it in marriage, be it in parenting, be it in career, based on real life experiences. After all, there is nothing new under the sun. The challenges you're going through right now, somebody else has gone through that challenges, somebody else has profound solution about that challenges, somebody else has made mistake while propounding solution about that challenges. Today's topic we'll be talking about who do you entrust your child with. It's a very sensitive issue. With the economic today right now in Nigeria, it doesn't create us the opportunity to be a stay-home mom. You're either a businesswoman or a career woman. But either of the choice you pick or either of the choice you choose, before dropping your kids or before entrusting your child with anybody, you need to understand or you need to know some things before trusting your child with such an individual. I do not understand the system nowadays where some daycares actually apply sleeping pills to children. They don't employ adequate staff they need. No matter the standard or no matter the name, don't be deceived by a name or the standard of a daycare. Some actually have big names and still yet at the end of the day administer sleeping pills to your child, and they collect huge amounts of money from you, which is very annoying and ridiculous. So before enrolling your child in such daycare, I would advise you for you to get information. Try to get feedback from other parents. Try to understand what other parents are complaining about a particular daycare. Don't just enroll your child in the daycare because the daycare has a name, or because you look at the building and feel the daycare has a standard. Try to get one or two parents that actually enroll their child in daycare and hear what they have to say. From there, you'll be able to know if you should enroll that child in that daycare or not, or if such daycare can be entrusted. Secondly, we have bike men that carry children to school, going and coming like a personal bike man. I would not advise that. I watched a video last week where I saw an Ekiti bike man behead a 5 years old boy, if I'm not mistaken about the age. Before entrusting a bike for a bike man to carry your child going to school and bringing your child back, you need to know the family background of that bike man. You need to know where that bike man is based on. You need to know where that bike man is coming from. And I would even also advise, even where you have such information, it is not ideal for you to allow such a bike man to carry only your kids to school. Employ one family member. Make it a mandatory. Either your sister, your uncle, your auntie, whosoever you feel is mandatory, should follow that bike man to the school and bring whenever the bike man is going to pick up this child. The one family member should go along with the bike man. Whenever the bike man is dropping that child, one family member should go along with the bike man. It helps. It reduces story that touches. You will not hear story of somebody beheading a 5 years old boy, or somebody killing a child because of ritual. It's because we tend to neglect it. We tend to overtrust people. But with the system we have right now in Nigeria, we shouldn't. A religious person can end up lying. A religious person can end up, if you hear pastors being accused of fornication, you hear imam being accused of rituals, all those things. So you don't just trust your child. You don't just entrust your child with an individual simply because you feel that person is from your village, or you feel that person is a Christian or a Muslim or a religious person. Don't do that. Domestic staff. I know of a family where she works from Monday to Friday. Because of what she does is, from Monday to Friday, either her mother comes over to stay with the kids from Monday to Friday alongside with the domestic staff to monitor things. At least I heard of a story of a domestic staff that was being employed, and she kidnapped the woman's 2 children. She has to pay ransom to get her children back. So such a thing wouldn't have happened if you have a family member, be it a mother, be it an auntie, be it a cousin, or a nephew or a niece, or a sister or a brother that is actually monitoring such activities. After all, devil can use anybody. So the only prayer we are praying is that before you entrust your child with anybody, you need to trust a particular family member too alongside. You don't just trust just a total stranger because you feel and you don't want to involve your family member, or you feel because that person is too religious. Don't be deceived by the religiousness. Don't be. things are happening now. Nowadays, what is being wicked because of the economic system we have in Nigeria. You hear a lot of ritual killings. You hear a lot of people killing to sell parts or to make money. So let's avoid story that touches. After all, you're working because of those kids. At the end of the day, you shouldn't have regrets. That is why I feel before entrusting your child with anybody, don't just entrust your child with people like that simply because they are religious or they are family member. Even sometimes you need to watch out for your family members. Even in schools, I heard of an owner of a school that molested a child of 4 years severally, not just once, not just twice, on several occasions. And what the mother does was, the mother will go to school in the morning, hand her child over to the owner of the school, come back at the end of the day to pick her child from the owner of the school. And that child, a 4 years old child, was being molested by the owner of the school. With what is happening right now, you shouldn't just leave your child just like that, simply because you feel you need. Yes, we need that money. We need to work, but you can create a business. You can. If you're working and you've not had children for the meantime, I would advise you to have a budget, a time frame, have a savings, have a particular time frame. Okay, I will work for so period of time. Or even if you want to be a career woman, you need to ask one particular family member that will be like a mother to that child. Nigeria nowadays is not a system where we can just tell our domestic staff to look at our child and we have assurance. Yes, there are some domestic staff that can be trustworthy. There are some teachers that can be trustworthy. There are some bikemen that can be trustworthy. There are some nannies that can be trustworthy. But God has the final say. God is the author and finisher of our faith. If we commit our children, everything that we do, into God's hands, God will be able to protect and guide our child. At the same time, we humans, there are some certain things we need to do, we need to avoid. So before entrusting your child or before keeping your child with somebody, you need to have a family background history of such an individual. Do a proper investigation. Until I come your way next week, I'm David Esther Sweet and your real woman.
Advice for the week. Do you know palm kernel oil is very essential in a home when newborn babies and infants are found? It drives away cold and can be used as one of the main ingredients to apply when a child is having convulsion. Until I come your way next week, I'm David Esther Sweet and your real woman blueprint. Bye bye. Love you guys.
Until I come your way next week.